In this video, I'm going to show you where to find 9 larval tier locations in the DLC world, the Realm of Shadow, which you can use to respec your stats to change your build. Now these can only be found at nighttime, so you will have to rest at a site of grace, pause time, and wait until nightfall. The first one can be found at the beginning of the game, just east of the first site of grace. You can find it at this location right over here. You'll see it's amongst all these like ghost tombstones, and you can pick it up and get your larval tier. The next one is also very easy to find. It is just to the east of the Great Bridge of North side of Grace. You're just going to make your way to this spot over here. You should see all these glowing tombstones and the item in the middle and get your second larval tier. The next one can be found just south from the Cliff Road Terminus side of Grace. To get here, you're just going to go to the 3-path cross side of Grace. You're going to head west, and then you're just going to follow along the pathway down to the south to make your way to the side of Grace. We're actually heading to this location right over here. But you can go ahead and follow me from the side of Grace. We're going to the left of the ruins up ahead, and you're just going to go this way. And you'll find the larval tier right over here. This is exactly over here on the map. The next one can be found over here, also accessible in the first area of the map. We're going to make our way to the Pillar Path Waypoint side of Grace, which is accessible by going across the bridge to Castle Front side of Grace, and then just following the road as it goes like this down here to get to the side of Grace. Then from here, you can go ahead and follow me. We're going to mount up and we're going to head south towards that giant tower in the sky. You can use the road as reference, so follow along with the road. As you get to this point over here, we're going to go ahead and go to the left, just like this. So turn to the east, and you should see the blue tombstones in the distance. If you don't see them, it's not nighttime, and you need to go rest at a site of grace to make it nighttime, and you can pick up the larval tier at this location. The next one is in a different area and requires you to have beaten the first boss, but it's very accessible to get to the spot over here where I am right now. It's just south of the Church of the Crusade. To get here, you just have to make your way through Castle Enzis, defeat the boss. You'll get to the High Road Cross side of Grace, and you're just going to go north along the road and then turn east. You'll see there's the big cathedral over here, and you just have to go just south of it. If you're doing this at nighttime like you should be, you'll see these stones glowing out and revealing exactly where you can find the larval tier. The next one is really close to the previous one. You just have to head east from the previous location. We're literally just going to this spot right over here. So here's that village of the main road. You can just jut across from the right-hand side like this to the east, and you make your way to exactly where I am. I recommend just putting a marker on the map here, and you should see just at the edge of this cliff, the gravestones, and the item is right here for you to collect it. The next location is still accessible and doesn't require another boss fight, but it does require you to do a little bit of parkouring because we have to get to this exact spot over here. Now, the way you get to this spot is actually by the Morth Ruins, which is just to the east of High Road Cross. So if you go here to this side of Grace and then you go into the ruins right over here, as you can tell, there'll be a big hole around one of the buildings, and you'll have to parkour all the way down to the bottom, and you'll take a tunnel that will bring you out through a well and a ladder that brings you to the Bonnie Village. And then from Bonnie Village, you're just going to head east through the village, and you're going to go across this bridge to the east, another bridge, and then you're just going to follow the road. You just follow the entire road all the way up until you get to the side of Grace, the Church District High Road. And then from here, you just head to the west, and you should see the glowing gravestones literally just in front of you. It's like really easy to see. And then go ahead and pick up, and you've got it. The next one is located in an area that you also have to do a bit of traveling to get to. I'm going to help you for most of it, but from this location, it's around here. I'm going to show you exactly where once we get there, but we're going to start at the Ancient Ruins base side of Grace. Now, the way you get to the side of Grace is also from the Morth Ruins, where we were previously. You're going to go into this water that is just northeast of it. So from this water, you're going to head north, and you'll see this pathway will take you through some poison, and you'll just follow the path all the way like this, and you'll eventually get to the Ancient Ruins base side of Grace. And then from here, we're going to run this way. I'm going to show you exactly where you can find the thing, and I'll show you the map location once we get there. So we're going to head southwest from this side of Grace. You will see there's a big man with an arrow. We're going behind him. And we're actually going behind that giant with the big-ass polearm at the back there. We're going to the left behind him here. You can already see the blue glow of the tombstones that we're looking for. Right over here alongside this cliff edge, you can find the tombstones. and you can pick up the item, and this is going to give you the larval tier. So as for the location of this on the map, it's going to be right here. So if you make your way to this exact spot, you can find it. The last one is probably the trickiest one to get, but luckily we can access it from the previous one we were at. So we're going to make our way to the side of grace called the Ravine North. So from the previous one, that same area where we were, we're going to head all the way west, and you're just going to follow along until you get to the Templetown Ruins. This is just north of the Templetown Ruins that you will find here. And then you're going to head north again and make your way up this waterway until you find this side of grace. And then from here, we can make our way to the location of the final larval tier. So we're going to head northwest into the water. Then we're going to head west. And you should see up ahead here, heading west, you'll find the gravestones and the item that we can pick up. And that is the final larval tier that we can get. And this is located right over here on the map for your reference. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching.